right, time for us to welcome our next guest to the show. From Vanderbilt star to a member of the World Series winning Astros organization, Tony Kemp joins us right now. Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hello, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining the show. You're down there in West Palm. I know you're getting ready for a spring training game, but I want to talk to you a little bit about this amazing year that you've had. I mean, you get married, you know, part of this Astros team that wins the World Series. What an incredible year for you. Congratulations on all of it. But let's start with the Astros winning the World Series. What's it like to be part of this organization? What was it like to be out there celebrating with these guys?
Yeah, it's definitely a surreal moment. You know, when you grow up, you're definitely your goal is to make it to the big leagues, and you know, once you make it, you want to be able to continue your career in a upwards direction. And you know, once being drafted in this organization in 2013, you kind of realize that the dream sort of can become the reality. So it's just, you see how well Jeff Lunau has you know, systematically done this organization and how stacked we are. And just to be a part of the World Series champions and be able to get a World Series ring and to show my kids and my grandkids one day is going to be a pretty special moment.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty incredible. I did a deep dive on your Twitter, more on that a little bit later, but I did see that you tweeted out this picture when you guys finally won the World Series, and you basically were saying you were the smallest on every baseball team to World Series champion. Believe in your dreams. And I absolutely love this photo. But I wanted to ask you, since this national storyline became, you know, Jose Altuve's excellent year and his height, how much of that did you think about, you know, and what were your thoughts when you're hearing everyone talk about Jose Altuve's height rather than just really focusing on his accomplishments solely as what he did this year?
Yeah, he's actually an unbelievable person, and the things that he does on the field, you know, exceed the expectations that anyone would ever even dream of. But, you know, just that tweet, it kind of just, I wanted to let people know that you don't have to be the prototypical, you know, 6'4", 220-pound athlete. You know, you can be a small guy and you still can be successful in this game. And you see the things that Altuve does and the person that he is. He just has such a, you know, infectious smile, infectious energy, something that you want to be around. And that's kind of what our team was built off of. And you see all of his accomplishments and the things that he does on and off the field. You can tell that the organization really has been built around him, and I'm really happy for him and the things that he's accomplished in his career. I hope I can get on his level, you know, in these next couple of years. But yeah, it's something special definitely that he's done, and he's just a great human being.
Yeah, I was listening to a Vandy podcast with you recently, and you were talking about how you were locker mates or locker buddies with Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve. What have you learned from those two guys?
You know, those are my guys, you know, especially being with Lance and with Carlos. We actually won the Low A championship when we were in Quad Cities the year I got drafted. And it's pretty cool because you realize when you're 20, 21 years old, you're actually, you know, building that chemistry to once you get on the major league level. You've played with these guys and you've realized that, you know, they are your best friends, and, you know, that's how you build a community. That's how you build a successful organization. But, you know, these guys are great, and you understand the game within the game. You know, once you get drafted, you understand that, you know, you're pretty good at the game of baseball. But once you get into the higher levels, once you get into the big leagues, you understand that there's a lot more that goes on. It's more of a chess match. So, you know, some people might get bored with the game of baseball, but it's definitely a thinking game.
Yeah, no boring thoughts here about baseball. We love baseball. We talk about it every day, how exciting it is. It's our passion for sure, and I can tell it's absolutely your passion too. You were just mentioning the World Series ring, how you're going to show it to your kids and your grandkids. When you do get that ring, though, where's it going to live? Where are you going to keep it until you get to show it off to everyone?
You know, thankfully, we just purchased a house in Nashville this offseason, my wife and I, and you know, the only thing I said all I want is my own space. So I have my own man cave down there, and I think I'm gonna have the ring down there for the time being.
Yeah, you got a couple of Vandy rings too, so they'll go nicely with that ring. That'll be pretty cool. I'm sure there are a lot of diamonds in that one. Let's talk about your spring so far and how much success you've had this spring. First of all, you caught everyone's attention with this amazing diving catch. Man, this thing was incredible. Tell me what's going through your head as you're going for this ball.
Yeah, well, being in left field, it's different when you get reads because if a lefty comes up, the ball's slicing away from you, and you have to realize that the tail whip of the wind it's going to be blowing out to left. You have to make sure you're paying attention to things like that every inning. And so, playing against Nick Buss, I kind of knew that he has some juice to the opposite field, and so when I positioned myself, I didn't think that he was quite going to hit it that hard and that well, but as I'm running back to my left or back to my right, I'm seeing that the ball's tailing even more than I thought it was going to be. So once I left my feet, I thought I had a good chance of catching the ball. And when I landed, I stayed there for a second because it didn't feel too good, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the MVP of the spring so far with that catch, man. That was pretty incredible. How
I
about at the
appreciate it.
plate? How you feeling all around as your game, improves as the spring progresses?
Yeah, spring training is definitely good. I'm glad that they don't start the season just right away because that wouldn't be good for a couple of people. But it's good. It's definitely you definitely get the kinks out in spring training, and you're in the cage constantly working on different things and tweaking your body, feeling your hands, and making sure that your body and everything is in tune with what you want to do at the plate. So it's good. Just have to make sure that you stay within yourself and you don't get too frustrated. Just got to remember it's spring training and that the kinks do get out eventually. So it's all in trusting the process and making sure that you're doing everything you can every day to better yourself.
Yeah, man, you are such a high flyer out there. This footage gets me giddy for this season.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. I love that you love this footage. This is the best part of it, man. You're like, this is the best. This is so fun.
No, this is great. This is great. Yeah, definitely. When you come to the field every day, it's definitely a blessing that you'll be able to play baseball as your occupation and not only live out your dream, but be around great people as well.
Yeah, good luck this season, man. That's going to be so fun to watch you. All right, so we're going to play a game of questions. These are going to be rapid-fire questions. You give me a rapid-fire answer. Here we go.
Right.
We know that you
Okay.
are a Vandy grad, so who's the Vandy boy that you stay in contact with the most?
Vandy grad I stay in contact with the most would have to be Conrad Gregor.
Okay. How often do you guys hang out, see each other, text, call?
Well, this offseason, he was actually in Indiana. So he came down for the Vanderbilt banquet, which was good. He just had a birthday a couple weeks ago, so I congratulated him on that. But he's always been a great friend, great teammate. We were drafted by the same team. He's now with the Red Sox. So he just continues his career. He keeps battling, and I think he's going to make the big leagues here soon.
All right, pretty cool. You got married this offseason. Congratulations to you and
Thank
your
you.
wife, Michelle. Give me the best marriage advice you can give anyone who's asking.
Best marriage advice. She's always right.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are so right. Always say that. Never give any other answer. All right, you were
Yes.
hanging out with the Astros during their caravan, handing out Chick-fil-A to a bunch of different people. That was really cool to see. If you had one fast food order, though, out of all of the fast food restaurants, what are you ordering on the menu?
Well, Chick-fil-A and Chipotle are definitely at the peak of my fast food experiences. So let's just say Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna have to go with the number 3 spicy chicken meal, no pickles, with Polynesian sauce, and I'm going with the Arnold Palmer drink.
Ugh, I love it. That's my order too, but I'll take your pickles because I order with extra pickles. All right, the
Yes.
taco truck bobblehead, which I think was one of our favorite giveaways recently, man. This is so cool from the
Oh
Fresno
my
Grizzlies. So if you could have a bobblehead of any player, past or present, to go along with your taco truck bobblehead, who would you put there in your man cave?
I'd have to definitely put Jackie Robinson just because, being African American, being in this game, and the things that he had to go through, the barriers and the trials and tribulations, I really do credit everything to him just because I wouldn't be sitting in this seat right now if he didn't go through the things that he did. So if Jackie Robinson had a bobblehead, I'd have to choose him.
I love that. All right, like I mentioned, you're a Vandy grad. You're also a big Titans fan. So which mascot is the best? Is it a Commodore, a Titan, or Orbit?
Anchor down, baby. I'm going to have to go Commodores all the way.
Wow. Okay, man, distant orbit already. I like it.
I gotta stick to the roots.
All right, I feel ya. We saw you do some carpool karaoke with DJ K. What's your go-to karaoke song? I know, it was good. It was classic. By the way, if you haven't seen it, go look it up on YouTube because it.
Man, you guys did some research for sure.
You did. I told you.
I'm definitely my go-to if I'm in the road trip and I'm feeling a little tired. Something that perks me up is John Legend, "Ordinary People." That's my go-to song right there.
Okay, love it. You also retweeted on Twitter, "Winter is here" from Game of Thrones. Give me the Game of Thrones character who's most like you.
Jon Snow, baby.
Yeah.
All day,
That's right. Coming back to life. How many lives do you have, right?
I know. Jon Snow's the man. Definitely excited for the up and coming season, but gonna have to be patient. Probably gonna have to rewatch the series again.
Yeah, me too, just to remember what's going on. But women rule the world there in Westeros, so that'll be a lot of fun. All right, you're a Halloween baby. Favorite costume that you ever had, or your favorite type of candy?
Oh, favorite type of candy. Had it last night actually. Swedish fish. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth, but Swedish fish. And my favorite costume would have to be my wife and I. We dressed up as the nerds, so that was a pretty cool costume.
Wow, you guys are nerds. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Halloween is definitely a fun holiday for us.
Yeah, same here. All right, last question here. Speaking of dressing up, or maybe not so much putting on any clothes, one word to describe Josh Reddick's Speedo dance.
I'm sorry. It's just because we're locker buddies. One word to describe that dance is extraordinary.
Yeah, I love that. I would use a couple more words like I don't want to see that again, but it was fun while we got the chance.
He's definitely one of the better teammates I've ever had.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, we got a couple of fan questions for you from Danny.
Okay. If you guys win again, by the way, I think that round 2 for Josh Reddick and the Speedos.
No, I don't want to see it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I think that he loves busting out that costume. I think if we win, he's definitely busting that out again. You can't stop that guy.
That's not a costume. That's underwear, Tony. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's just he's very rah. So telling that guy no is tough.
I love it.
All right, Marco on Facebook would like to know, Tony, which Astros pitcher would you least like to face if you were on an opposing team?
I'm definitely gonna have to go Dallas Keuchel just because I'm left-handed and I've played center field behind him and I see how much his ball moves, that two-seam that runs down in on lefty's hands, and the slider that he throws off that same plane. He's definitely a tough opponent to face.
Yeah,
awesome.
Sure.
And Jamie wants to know, besides you, who is standing out in camp right now?
I think right now who's really standing out to me in camp is it's tough. You have J.D. Davis, who's having a phenomenal spring right now, hitting the ball all over the place. And Kyle Tucker, he's definitely one of the prospects that's been hitting the ball all over the field. And he actually had a check swing the other day that was a double down left field line. So when you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, thanks, Danny, for those questions. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on a huge year for you, and good luck. We'll be paying extra attention for sure.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.